The AEW Joker identity may have been revealed. Also, WWE Backstage Heat, Sasha Banks. What's actually happening? There's a huge update on that. Plus, Wrestling Entertainment Series. The card has been announced. Absolutely incredible. Guys, let's talk about Sasha Banks. If you missed the first video, you guys should definitely check it out. The link will be somewhere up here. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very interesting dynamic here, especially one day after the reports come out. I actually am starting to lean on the idea that it's not a work. All of the big wigs in wrestling media, Wade Keller, Brian Alvarez, Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp, everybody you could think of has basically come out and said this is not a work. And also, Alvarez was talking about this on the Wrestling Observer Live, and basically, there is zero sympathy for Sasha Banks backstage. Now, when it comes to creative direction and stuff like that, you guys could form your own opinion, but I'm going to look at some of the statistics and facts and base my opinion on that. I think Sasha Banks and Naomi are absolutely incredible talent. I do believe both of them should have a singles run at some point, but right now it appears that there are two other people who are champions, who are newly crowned champions. And I think that, serves to be a priority. And I think Bianca Belair is absolutely incredible. I don't think it would have been a bad thing whatsoever for somebody to have to put Bianca Belair over. Plus, with the ideas of Naomi possibly joining Bloodline, I could have used this. If I was WWE, I would have used this as a way to say, hey, the women's tag titles really aren't that important. Let's put Naomi with the Bloodline. Let's use this as a way to go back to singles. There's a lot of things WWE could have done. But to sit here and speculate on creative direction, we can fantasy book all we want. At the end of the day, the direction changes all the time. And when it comes to the creative direction for wrestlers, I have always been adamant that, Sasha Banks, by the way, has held what? She's had 7 championship reigns in WWE, maybe even more. She's headlined the women's Hell in a Cell match, right? She was in that match with Charlotte. There is a lot of great things that they have accomplished on TV. I don't know. I think when it comes to creative, not everybody is going to be satisfied, and everybody's going to want a little bit more. Some people don't care about having more. It's a tricky situation. I like Naomi. I like Sasha. I do think they are better off as singles competitors. Hopefully this all gets resolved. But yeah, it appears that Vince McMahon is very, very upset by this. Apparently there's tons of backstage heat. It's not necessarily shocking. Hopefully things get smoothed out, and hopefully we can see them back on TV where they belong. I think everybody knows my stance on wrestling. You have a role, you fulfill your role, you continue to do a great job, and you get rewarded. And a lot of people in WWE, I'm not just pulling this out of thin air, right? You watch WWE, you see the product, you see Sasha Banks wins the belt, you see that she's in these big time matches, you see that she's winning the championships at WrestleMania. I don't know. I think it's very, very difficult to argue creative direction and stuff like that. But if you feel strongly about something, you should always stick up for yourself. And I'm not against that either. So that's why I hope all of this gets resolved. I think there could be a lot of solutions to this if you're WWE, but you gotta work with your talent too. Guys, Wrestling Entertainment Series is going to be incredibly interesting. This is the World Entertainment Series. This is, I don't know, man. This is the craziest thing. So we have Adam Scherr, a.k.a. Braun Strowman, going up against Alistair Overeem, the UFC fighter. You guys remember him? Then he started doing Glory Kickboxing and stuff like that. Lena Fanine, a.k.a. Nia Jax, versus CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana, for the World Women's Championship. The World Tag Team Championships, Legions of Pain, a.k.a. AOP, versus Weston Blake and Steve Macklin. Killer Cross versus Jonah versus Samurai Del Sol in a triple threat match. The World Women's Tag Team Championships, Madison Rayne and Tennille Dashwood versus Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. Mojo Rawley versus Lindsay Dorado. Mike Bennett versus Biff Busick. Dirty Dango versus No Way Jose. And that is the official card for WES, which debuts June 4th, and it will air on Fight TV. So this is the new promotion by Authors of Pain. I have no idea what the plans are. The tickets do look to be very expensive, so hopefully this is successful. The idea of Alistair Overeem in pro wrestling is absolutely mind-boggling to me. But that is a big match between him and Braun Strowman. And I think a lot of people are surprisingly going to be interested in this, Hey, look, we'll see what happens. But this seems to be a lot different than what everybody expected with like control your narrative and whatnot. Yes, there's guys from CYN on the show, but there's also talent from Impact, former WWE talent. That's going to make it a very, very interesting promotion. We don't know what type of people are on the roster. We don't know what the belts look like, but I'll keep you guys updated as time goes on. All right, guys, now it's time to talk about the AEW Joker. The identity may have been revealed. And yes, we are going to talk about it. As you guys know, the Joker is usually used for returns or debuts, and AEW does this typically to set up some sort of program, which is actually really exciting because this identity, this person specifically, is, to me, I think it's a no-brainer. Now, a lot of people are thinking Athena Palmer. A lot of people are thinking, possibly Mia Yim could be an option, even though she's with Impact. A lot of people are thinking Taya Valkyrie, but instead it appears that the wonderful Maki Ito could be the one that is the Joker. In fact, Maki Ito, if you guys don't know, she is tweeting about her next stop, which is America, and this is very, very interesting because there is a callback for those who don't know. February 3rd, 2021 on AEW Dynamite, it was announced that Ito would be participating in the AEW Women's World Title Eliminator Tournament. She lost to Ryo Mizunami in the first round, which aired on February 15th at Revolution. Ito made a surprise appearance as Britt Baker's mystery partner, replacing Rebel. They were victorious over Thunder Rosa and Riho. Ito's last appearance to date was on the first episode on the new web series AEW Elevation, where she lost to Riho in the main event. Now, with that being said, and you guys know I butcher names all the time, but Maki Ito, first of all, there is history with Britt Baker. So this makes a lot of sense. This is a good idea if you're AEW. Plus, with Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, you never know. There might be that bridge for people like Britt Baker to head out over there. So it would be really interesting to see this come true. And I like the idea of having more Joshi wrestlers back in AEW. It was one of the things that I really enjoyed about AEW in the very, very beginning of the company. Then obviously that changed due to the pandemic. So this is a great thing for AEW in my opinion, if this is 100% going to be revealed. I do want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think this is a wonderful thing. I think a lot of people will be excited about this. I just don't want Britt Baker to lose because I feel like Britt Baker needs to win the whole thing to remain at the very top of the women's division. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how this all transpires and what comes out of this. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.